Some smiles are art, some are armor. It's a powerful thought, right? And it's really at the heart of everything we're going to unpack today.
All right, let's just dive right into this. We're going to explore the fascinating and, yeah, sometimes haunting ideas from Heinrich Wilson's book, The Painted Smile. It's all about the history of one of the most basic human canvases there is, the face itself, and the masks we paint on it.
So, where does this all even begin? Well, we're going way, way back to a time when painting your face wasn't about putting on a show, but something much, much deeper. Okay, what's so fascinating here is the journey. It all started with tribal pigments. This wasn't just decoration, this was a language. It told everyone who you were, if you were ready for a hunt or for a war. It was about survival. From there, it kind of elevates, right? It becomes sacred art, a way to literally paint your connection to the gods. And eventually that blooms into full-blown religious pageantry, using the face to tell a culture's most important stories. And this brings us to a really key idea from the book, something Wilson calls the face as confession. Now think about it. Today, we see a mask as something to hide behind, yeah? But what the book argues is that way back when, it was the total opposite. Painting your face was how you confessed who you were, projecting an inner truth for everyone to see. It was a billboard, not a curtain. Okay, let's keep going because this is where things start to get really interesting. A huge cultural shift happens. The whole reason for painting a face begins to change, moving from this sacred space into the world of entertainment. And this just nails that transformation perfectly. The sacred ground, it becomes a stage. The warrior who was once this symbol of power and fear becomes the clown. The symbols once used to talk to gods are now used to get a laugh. The whole meaning just gets flipped on its head. But this is where the story takes a really dark and honestly kind of creepy turn. The very symbol of joy itself, that smile, starts to mean something else entirely. Just look at this. On one hand, you have the promise of the painted smile, everything good, joy, fun, laughter. But then, on the other side, it's a threat. It's disguise, deception, even pure horror. How can the exact same image mean two totally opposite things? So yeah, what on earth changed? How did a symbol of pure delight become something straight out of our nightmares? Well, according to Wilson, the fear sneaks in at this very specific moment, when the mask, the fake smile, becomes more comforting to us than the real person underneath. It's that terror of the unknown, right? The anxiety that the smile is just stuck there, hiding something we can't see anymore. And look, don't for a second think this is all just ancient history or circus acts. This stuff is happening right now, all around us. It brings us straight into our own modern world, and the painted faces we see, and yeah, the ones we wear, every single day. I mean, just look at some of these modern examples. Propaganda art, right? Using these big, happy faces to sell an ideology. The cosmetics industry, it's literally about painting on the version of ourselves we want people to see. And then, of course, there's the big one, our social media profiles, all polished up with digital filters. These are maybe the most common painted smiles in all of human history. And that leads to another really tough question from the book. We know it's curated. We know the photo is filtered. We know it's a performance. So why do we buy into it? Why do we choose to trust a smile that deep down we know isn't totally real? So, all of this, the history, the psychology, the stuff we see every day, it's all building to the book's final and I think its most powerful argument. Just let that sink in for a second. Humanity's greatest invention wasn't fire, it wasn't faith, it was the ability to pretend, beautifully. The book is essentially arguing that our greatest skill is creating these gorgeous, complex illusions. That our whole civilization is, in a way, built on this art of pretending. And so the painted smile leaves us with this one last, kind of haunting question to chew on. After all the performances, all the masks, all the filters, what happens when all of that just fades away? What's actually left? If you want to go deeper on that question and all the incredible ideas we've just touched on, the book is The Painted Smile by Heinrich Wilson. It's available now on Amazon,